All right, let's jump right in. When you think about fields getting a massive tech overhaul, accounting probably isn't the first one that comes to mind. But believe it or not, there's a quiet revolution happening right now, and it's completely changing the game. We usually think of accounting as looking in the rearview mirror, right? It's all about recording what's already happened. But what if that whole idea got flipped on its head? What if accounting's real power wasn't in telling you where you've been, but showing you where you're going? And that's really the heart of what we're talking about today, an accounting revolution. The entire job is shifting away from just being about the past and stepping into a brand new and way more powerful role. The best way to get this is to think about two totally different jobs. First, you've got the classic accountant, who we'll call the historian. This person's world was all about recording what happened, making sure all the boxes were checked for compliance, and spending hours and hours on manual data entry. But now, a new role is emerging, the navigator. This person is all about charting the course forward. They're focused on strategy, using all that data to guide the business through whatever comes next.
So, what's making this huge shift from historian to navigator even possible? Well, it all comes down to a powerful new set of tools. These are the real engines of change.
First up, the bedrock of it all, cloud computing. This is huge because it just blows up all the old physical barriers. Financial data isn't stuck on one computer in the back office anymore. Now it's live, it's accessible, and the whole team can work on it together in real time from literally anywhere.
Okay, then you add the secret sauce, artificial intelligence, or AI. This is the real game changer. AI doesn't just look at the numbers, it actually analyzes them to see patterns, predict what's coming next, and help leaders make smarter strategic plans. It basically turns boring old data into incredible foresight.
Of course, with all this data flying around, you gotta be able to trust it, and that's where blockchain steps in. It creates this super secure, transparent, and shared record of everything. The key word here is immutable. It means once a transaction is recorded, it can't be changed. That builds a foundation of absolute trust. And finally, you've got the workhorse, robotic process automation, or RPA. Just think of RPA as a digital assistant that handles all the boring, repetitive stuff: bookkeeping, payroll, running reports. This is what finally frees up the human accountant to do what humans do best: think critically, build relationships, and strategize.
So you see what's happening here. When you put all this together, the access of the cloud, the brainpower of AI, the trust of blockchain, and the efficiency of RPA, the impact is just massive. It pushes accounting way, way beyond the old school ledger. And the difference is it's night and day. The old way was totally bogged down in repetitive work, which meant a high risk of human error, and it kept everyone's eyes glued to the past. The new way? It's all about strategic analysis, using automated, super accurate data to make smart, proactive decisions about the future.
Okay, so that's the big picture. But what does this actually look like day to day? Let's check out some real-world examples of this automation in action. You'll probably recognize a few of these.
These are the kinds of everyday tasks that tech is just taking over now. Things like automatically sending out invoices, tracking expenses as they happen, whipping up financial reports in a click, not to mention daily bookkeeping and running payroll. These just aren't manual chores anymore.
And here's the best part. This isn't just for mega corporations. For small and medium-sized businesses, amazing tools like QuickBooks and Xero have put this power into everyone's hands. It's like having a financial navigator in your pocket.
Now, at the other end of the spectrum, you've got the big guys. Take a company like IBM. They're using really sophisticated AI to chew through enormous amounts of data and pull out these incredibly sharp strategic insights that guide the entire company.
So when you pull all this together, what do you get? You get the rise of the proactive accountant, someone who's not just a numbers person, but a core part of the strategic team.
This quote from our source really nails it. Technology transforms accounting into a proactive, decision-making tool. Just think about that for a second. The accountant's office is no longer the place you go to find out what went wrong last quarter. It's where you go to figure out how to win the next one. So really, it all boils down to a change in the fundamental question being asked. The historian was paid to answer what happened, but the navigator, the modern proactive accountant, their value comes from helping everyone answer, okay, what's next? And maybe even more important, so what are we going to do about it?
And this all leaves us with one last, pretty fascinating question to think about. As the machines get better and better at mastering the numbers, the crunching, the reporting, even the predicting, what does that leave for us? What's the new, elevated role for human insight, for our intuition and our wisdom? That, right there, is the future we're all navigating.